The reason confidence is so important when you're mixing is because you make a million decisions constantly. You never actually stop making decisions. The whole mix, the whole production, when you're an artist, mastering engineer, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. You make choices every time you're doing anything, every second. Should you go higher, lower? Should you go louder, softer? Should you use this note, that note, this chord, that chord? Constantly. So my point is, to develop the confidence that you need to be successful, I have to share a story with you. For a long time, I wanted a desk, like a studio desk, more than probably almost anything. And I would constantly push it out of my mind. And this is not a promotion or paid advertisement of any kind of nonsense. This is a true story. I wanted the desk so bad, and I could never justify it because in my mind, a piece of furniture is not going to help my sound. So I would always put the money towards something else, because also studio desks aren't cheap. So bottom line, every time I'd have any bit of money that I wanted to put into my sound, it would go towards something, some piece of gear, monitors, headphones. I mean, it could go towards anything, right? Microphones. What I would never do is buy the desk. But in my head, I would constantly be thinking about it. I'd put it off for a year or two, and then I'd think about it again. I'd put it off for a year or two, then I'd think about it again. It would never go away, but I would always be looking at what I could get for how much, and is there a great deal? Is there a used one? I'd constantly be doing this. So what I realized is that in my brain, I connected successful engineer, successful mixer. I connected that with the desk. Now, this is why it doesn't matter what is in your head that you connect with your idols or your people who you think are successful in what you're trying to do. Whatever that is. For artists, it could be a microphone. For people who mix, it could be monitors. It could be anything, all right? So I don't need to keep going on about what it is. But no matter what you're trying to do, there's probably something in there that you're thinking you should get. And I'm here to tell you that for whatever reason, this inanimate object, the desk, going from like a regular office type desk to a pro studio desk, made such a difference to my confidence. So much of a difference. And that's what I want to give you guys, is this concept of the confidence is so important. Without it, we don't sit in the room long enough. We don't yearn to be in the room. The mix room, whatever, the production room, whatever you're doing, you don't yearn to be there. You don't yearn to stay there. You don't say to yourself, this is the right decision. You just second guess yourself. You might get caught in doing that constantly. And there's something that's probably on your mind that you think would help you. It's going to be different for everyone. I'm not saying that this desk would make a difference for you. What I'm saying is there's something there, something that you can't let go of. And I'm here to tell you, whether it actually helps your sound or not is actually secondary if you get the confidence. If it gives you confidence in any way, shape, or form, it is a worthwhile purchase. It's the thing you probably should get. It's the thing you should probably, avoid buying other things so that you can afford. Because that's the thing, we all spend money on things all the time. Some people buy, sneakers when they have 30. Some people decide to just go out to dinner constantly or order in food constantly when they could cook for themselves and save money. I mean, there's things people do with their money. And if you really want success in audio, or you really want to make your sound better, we all define success different, but if you want something that will help you improve your confidence. Now, the answer to improving confidence, that thing is different for everyone. But the thing that you might say, I'm going to go for it. I'm here to tell you, it's like a new pair of jeans, and then you go out that night, and now everybody around you can feel you're a little more confident, you're a little more social. You have that vibe about you because of what you bought. You're now feeling great because of this new thing. It's just like that in audio. It might be like tenfold, that to the 10th power. It could be crazy what you experience by just buying something you've always dreamt of buying. And then the way I look at it, because this is what happened with me, is because of that boost of confidence that I got from something that didn't make my sound any better. It was an inanimate object, a piece of furniture, which is actually why I put it off for so long. No matter who I would talk about it with, especially if they weren't in audio, they'd be like, why do you need that? Like, how's that going to make you sound any better? Like, nobody could get it. I didn't even know it was going to help me to the amount that it did. But when I got it, I can't tell you the confidence that I got from it. So much. So that's why I actually picked this to talk about, because this is the thing that is not about in the box, out of the box. Like some people will say, you don't need outboard gear, you don't need whatever. I'll say blatantly, it's about what you think you need, whatever that is. So if you're one of those people who thinks you don't need outboard gear, then maybe it's a plug-in. Maybe it's a pair of headphones. I don't know. Whatever it is to you, figure out what that is, and then consider that you are worth it. Because that's the other thing. A lot of people will avoid buying things that they think could help them because they think they don't deserve it. They're not on the level to deserve it. This is above them. It's a very common thing because people who lack confidence, they don't ever think they deserve anything. So why would they spend money on things like this? I'm here to tell you, don't be irresponsible. If you don't have any sneakers at all, you have no shoes to wear, maybe you do need a pair of sneakers. But if you're past that, if you're at a point where it's a question of what do you spend the money on that you have that's your, money you can spend, that you don't need to put towards other things, don't neglect the fact that anything you buy that you think you might need, the confidence you get will be astronomical from it. I'm telling you, no matter what it is, it could be one plugin. I mean, it's there's no like financial barrier to this. Whatever you think you need, you might be right. You might be right. Consider that just the confidence will help. Because even if it doesn't help the sound at all, how many times have we gone out to a concert or something and the weather was terrible, the band showed up late or didn't play much, the sound engineer was trash, and now you couldn't hear because of where you were sitting, and you bought a $25 hot dog and a $30 beer. I mean, this is the world we live in today. You could throw it away on gas money and go into that, or you could throw it away on dinners and ordering delivery, or you could put it towards something that will build your confidence. So I'm telling you, that's the most important thing. With confidence, you deliver more work, you do more, which means you'll actually make more mistakes and you'll learn from them and get better. It's this never-ending cycle. The ones who want it the most, you do deserve it. I'll say you don't deserve it if you're somebody who doesn't want to put the time in. But if you want it more than anything, then you probably deserve it. So what I'm saying is don't think you don't. You do. You are worth it. You should look at it like this will pay for itself because of how much more work I will do because I have it, and then make it true. Make a promise to yourself that if you do stretch to get whatever, you'll put in the work necessary to make that purchase worth it. I couldn't have predicted the desk was going to help me. Even the moment I bought it, I thought, I'm so excited to get it, and I don't know I hope it helps. And then I have to tell you, the amount that it helped was astronomical for me. So it's about what is going to help you. That's really what it is. Trust me, this is not a debate about in the box, out of the box. It's not a debate about anything other than you are worth it, you might need something, and consider the fact that if you have it, will you work more, harder? Will you actually push yourself more? Will you deliver more? Will you stand on your decision-making more and say, this was the right decision, moving on to the next decision? I'm going to cut this here and do this, and now why isn't this working? I can do it. If you're going to have that a little bit of fire about the I can do it, and now you do it, that purchase was worth every dollar you spent. All right? Throw something in the comments. I appreciate it. You know me, I'm not somebody who pushes products, but I couldn't let this go because all the people who tell you don't need anything to make it or whatever, JJP said this. He said, anything you get that gives you confidence is worth it. And that's the truth. We need confidence. At a certain level, you won't need to, have the stuff around you. You'll still have the confidence because you built so much of it. But until you've built confidence enough, a lot, anything you can do to give yourself a little more confidence, go for it. Trust me, you need it. We all do. All right? I appreciate it. Like I said, throw some in the comments. Hit the subscribe button you haven't already. I appreciate it a lot. like the video. Talk to you guys soon. Evan Jaffe, Custom Cut Studios. You guys got this. Take it easy.